What if I told you that one of the greatest cities in the ancient Americas was already abandoned, long before the Aztecs ever arrived? Picture this. The powerful Aztec Empire stumbles upon a vast, silent city of stone. Immense pyramids reach for the sky, and a wide, grand avenue stretches for miles. They are so awestruck, so humbled by its scale, that they can only come to one conclusion: this place must have been built by gods. They named it Teotihuacan, the place where the gods were born. They didn't know who built it, they didn't know when, and they had no idea why it was empty. Even today, those same questions remain a profound mystery. This is the story of Teotihuacan, the city the Aztecs didn't build. In its heyday around the year 400 AD, Teotihuacan was the largest city in the Americas and one of the largest in the entire world. At its peak, well over 100,000 people called it home. This wasn't just a random collection of huts, it was a master-planned metropolis. Its layout was precise, organized on a grid system with wide avenues, massive temple pyramids, and sprawling apartment-like residential complexes. The engineering and planning involved were extraordinary. This was a highly advanced urban civilization, and yet we don't even know what these people called themselves or what language they spoke. The skyline of the city is dominated by two colossal structures, the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. These aren't just big, they are monumental. The Pyramid of the Sun is one of the largest pyramids on Earth, built from millions of tons of stone and earth without the use of metal tools, of pack animals, or the wheel. Both pyramids are carefully aligned with the surrounding mountains and celestial events. Running between them is the famous Avenue of the Dead. The Aztecs gave it that name, believing the mounds along it were royal tombs. We now know they were smaller temples and elite residences. Everything in Teotihuacan was intentional. Nothing was left to chance. Now here's where the story gets really strange. Unlike almost every other major ancient civilization, the Egyptians, the Romans, the Maya, Teotihuacan has no clear evidence of individual rulers. We haven't found any grand royal tombs filled with treasure. There are no obvious palaces dedicated to a single king. There are no statues glorifying powerful leaders. The city's art, seen in vibrant murals, focuses on gods, abstract symbols, and collective rituals, not on the deeds of specific individuals. This has led some scholars to a radical theory. Teotihuacan may have been governed by a collective council, not a single king. A massive, powerful city without a monarch would make it almost unique in the ancient world. Then, around the 6th or 7th century, everything fell apart. Something catastrophic happened. Archaeological evidence shows that the city's ceremonial core was systematically burned. Major temples and elite buildings were deliberately destroyed, seemingly from the inside. The population plummeted. The city was rapidly abandoned. By the time the Aztecs wandered into the Central Valley of Mexico centuries later, Teotihuacan was already a haunting ruin, a place of myth and legend. It wasn't conquered by the Aztecs. They didn't build it. They inherited its mystery. So why was it abandoned? There's no single easy answer, but plenty of theories. Some historians point to a violent internal rebellion, perhaps the poor rising up against the elite after centuries of inequality. Others suggest that severe drought and climate change led to famine and economic collapse, making the huge city unsustainable. Another idea is that the religious or political system that held the society together simply failed, leading to a loss of faith and social chaos. What we do know is that Teotihuacan did not slowly fade into obscurity. It collapsed suddenly and violently. The legacy of Teotihuacan challenges so much of what we think we know about the ancient world. It shows us a civilization capable of building a massive city with incredible precision, but possibly without kings. A society that thrived for centuries and then vanished, leaving behind more questions than answers. Even the Aztecs, one of the most powerful empires in history, stood in awe of its ruins, treating it as a sacred place. So the next time you hear about the Aztecs, remember the silent giant city that came before them, the city they found, already ancient, the city whose true architects and fate remain one of history's greatest unsolved puzzles. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy exploring lost civilizations and ancient mysteries, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Because some cities may disappear, but their questions remain with us forever.